What's up with everybody, man? I hope everybody is doing well. It is officially Football Fridays with P and Jman. Jman and P. Once again, we back in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jman, how you feeling? Let the people know.
Man, I'm feeling great. As y'all can see, I threw on the brown jersey. I got it on backwards today, but my dollars done won week one, so I'm in high spirits. I'm in high spirits.
You in high spirits? Well, I'm not in high spirits because
How come, bro?
the Panthers, of course, pulled a Carolina move since the temper era, and we have not done anything. We went out in week one and got slapped by the Saints. After I was just on here last Friday talking cash, saying they're gonna be the last in the division, saying that we gonna smack them, saying this and that. But it's these days, it's hard for me to believe. It's hard for me to believe anything.
Man, I don't know how
So
y'all do it, man. Like, there's a lot of stuff on Twitter recently talking about like how the Panthers fans got it the worst. Like, I think it's a little mix
I
up
think
between y'all.
honestly, between us and Cleveland, like Cleveland went on that major championship drought throughout all their sports. I think Carolina's on the way to that. On the way to that. I think we're going to have to start showing up to the games with paper bags on our heads, and then letting the ownership know that
Fire the
this this
team.
this
Fire
ain't it.
the team, man.
Fire the team, move the team. It don't matter, bro. Like I want a team in Carolina, but Temper clearly don't care about his football team. He care about Charlotte FC. He don't care about the Carolina Panthers, which is crazy, but it's okay.
It's your money maker right
Um,
there, man. That's tough.
yeah, it wasn't it. Um, so we got a lot to cover today. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. We had week one
Yep.
just now. And so we gonna play a little game, Jay, man. We gonna play a little buy and sell. Now listen, I'm gonna name off some teams.
Okay.
You gonna tell me if you buying what they putting down, or if you selling, or you not really on that.
How we really feeling about it? I like it. Let's do it.
You like it. All right, so first things first, since you got the AJ Brown jersey on straight across my lip, straight across my face. We gonna say, are we buying or selling what the Eagles are putting out this season so far?
Ooh. Okay, I would say I am actually I'm gonna take the buy, but I am hesitant on buying. It's like what they call it in gambling, where it's like I don't know the term for it, but pretty much like the Eagles scare me a lot. They scared me a lot against the Packers, especially early on in the
Right.
game. Scared me quite a bit. But I would say, despite all the turnovers and all that stuff, they still win the game and put up 30 plus points. I'm not scared about that. So I'm gonna go ahead
Yeah.
and buy on the Eagles, man. They show me a little something.
You gonna buy on the Eagles? Okay, okay, which is good. As you should buy on your favorite team. I wouldn't buy mine. I'll probably sell them real quick. Me personally, I think I'm gonna buy in on the Eagles as well. Um, they add a dynamic. I mean, it's really if I want to buy so their defense. Their offense, I'm buying every week. You know what I'm saying? They defense. If it wasn't for Jalen Carter, it could have been a longer day. But
I would say that we done had some players step up. I was very
Bond,
hey hey
Bond was outside.
hey Bounds outside 15 tackles. I think it was like his final total. I think he leads the league right now in tackles. So what a stellar game by Bond. Brought in from the Saints. Big Fangio is very big on him. So and I see why because I'm big on him now.
You big on her now. So what do you think about when I'm pretty sure it was Vic either said it or maybe somebody in your coaching staff said it. They said even when Devin White returns, N'Kobe Dean will still be your starting middle linebacker. How you feel about
That's
that?
tough. I love N'Kobe Dean. I think he has like really good potential, but it's part of it is like sometimes he doesn't show it. Like last game, well, against the Packers, he actually almost cribbed a pick six, but he dropped it, unfortunately.
Right.
I will say what he was drafted for was like kind of blitzing from the middle linebacker spottage, kind of like that area. I think he did amazing from that spot. Now, coverage is what scares me about N'Kobe. I just feel like sometimes he can't cover me if I was out there. Um, but
Yeah.
if he can improve on the coverage, I think he should get the starting spot. He played well. He played well.
Who y'all got next? The Falcons, right?
Yes, we play the Falcons on Monday. Actually,
Please handle business for me,
oh, we will, man. I ain't worried.
and I will gratefully accept it. Shout out to us, one of our favorite series or trilogy movies of all time. So another team that I'm asking to buy and sell on. There's been a lot of buzz in the news. Are we buying and selling the Cincinnati Bengals?
Oh, thank you. I was praying you asked me about them. Dude, I am selling so hard. selling. I actually wrote that in my notes. When I saw the itinerary, the Bengals are literally the first team I put on sale. So I'm glad you asked me.
for
I've
sure.
lost all hope in them. I know we like kind of put Joe and all these guys in like upper like I don't even know caliber of team, but they
Right.
don't win that much for like the respect that they're garnered. If that makes sense. Like
So do you feel like just because of that one Super Bowl season, everybody's clamoring onto the hope that the Bengals will they're a
um,
powerhouse in the league? Do you
that
believe the Bengals are a powerhouse in the NFL?
I think the Super Bowl run plus the win percentage against Mahomes, I actually think plays a lot into it because it's like, well, if he could beat Mahomes, like they can do beat anybody. But I mean, the time they actually went to the Super Bowl, the Chiefs blew a lead, so I don't necessarily think they could have, they're a better team. They just kind of blew the lead. But because of that run, I do think people kind of put them like up there with like the Bills and things like that, Bills and the Chiefs, and I just don't think they're on that same road. Honestly, I don't think so at all.
Okay, so right now we are. So as we stand, we have bought the Eagles, we have sold in our fire sale. That's what I like to call it.
Okay, a little fire
We
sale.
have sold the Bengals. Next team, I'm gonna try to do 4 teams.
Okay.
Um, next team, are we buying or are we selling the Houston Texans? They was in a close one with the Colts. Are we buying or selling what they got going on?
I'm buying, bro. Like I'm on the CJ Stroud train, bro. Like I'm not afraid to admit it. I think that guy is so good. Like Texas got them one. They got them one. I'm buying. You not buying?
My gosh! No, I'm definitely buying what they putting down, man. The Texans, I mean, they show grit, man. And what I wanted to see from them this year, opposed to last year, is obviously they have a better team. But when you have a young team in the NFL and you have talent, one of your biggest problems is going to be closing out football games. And they went out there and closed out a divisional rival game. And so I'm buying, man. I'm buying them. I'm buying them.
I think
I'm
you
definitely buying them.
point and with like experience, I think experience a lot of teams like they look good on paper, but they don't mesh well or chemistry well. I think all
Right.
these guys just like I mean they fit. They fit. I mean that's crazy that a team was put together that quickly after like a what 2-14 season before Stroud got there. So yeah, I
Right.
don't know. I'm buying. I'm buying.
All right. You buying. That's good. Now, for the moment of truth.
So
For the moment of truth.
okay.
Are you buying or selling the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, that's a tough one. Um, Man, Dallas showed out, but I don't know how much that was like how bad the Browns are or how good the Cowboys are. I feel like the Cowboys' defense is always going to be good, so it really heavily depends on their offense. Uh, I don't believe in the run game at all. I'm not a big Zeke fan anymore. Um,
Right.
I think he's not kind of there yet, and the loss of Tony Pollard kind of hurts them. And even in the wide receiver core, I don't know. It's a little shaky. I think there'll be a playoff team, but I'm actually gonna say I'll buy in though. I'll buy in.
You buy in? That's
I'll
a
buy.
good buy because I feel like I'm buying the Cow. I buy the Cowboys every year, and I feel like every podcast that I've ever sat in on, every podcast that I've ever been a part of in my entire, career, I would call this a career. I would say that. I've always said the Cowboys are pretty damn good. It's just I don't know what it would take for them to get over the hump. Like I've always said they need more corners. Then they go out and get corners, and they still lose. I say they need a good running game. They had Zeke and Tony Pollard. They still lose. They needed receivers. They had Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. They were still losing. I've been buying so much that I'm about to flip and sell.
Who you gonna sell?
Yeah, I'm a sell. I'm a sell on the Cowboys until. How about this? I'm gonna invest in the Cowboys. I ain't even gonna necessarily sell.
Okay.
I'm gonna just pull some of my stocks out, but keep some of my stocks in.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I
Wolf
can
of Wall Street
respect
style.
that. I can respect that. The
That's what I'm
Cowboys
gonna
are
do.
their team, man. Like they feel like the Bills to me, but obviously they're on opposite sides. But just like they need that one thing. But what is that one thing they need? Like it's hard to tell because I mean,
Actually, I think I know what they need. They need they need a new one. They just need to let Jerry Jones stop making decisions. That's what they need.
I can fall in line with that ideology. I can
They do that, they'll be pretty dang good from there because there's been sometimes like all in all they're gonna pay everybody they need to pay. Like CD, they already got him signed. Dak, they got him signed. Next is Micah. He let Micah slip through the cracks, which I doubt he will. He let him slip through the cracks. It's over with. But Dallas, what I have a problem with in Dallas is Stephon Gilmore should have never left Dallas. I feel like
agree.
he's still a free agent right now, and they should probably go reach out to him. At the point in time, the Cowboys, you make the most money in the NFL, probably one of the teams that make the most money, bro. Spend it. Spend something.
Yeah, I don't know why Jerry was kind of big on like trying to prove a point. I'm like, I don't think anybody cares that like, yes, we know you don't have to pay these guys, but it'd be kind of dumb if you don't. So it's like, why not go ahead and just spend it? Like, you said it to me actually a long time ago. Is like, you can win in this league. Like, you can do it. It just some teams choose not to.
Not to do it.
Yeah.
Winning is a choice. That is one of the biggest things that I can say about any league. Winning is a choice, especially in the National Football League, because it's so prideful with these owners sometimes. And same thing with Tepper, like for the Panthers. Bro, winning is a choice. You traded away all these pieces.
Yeah.
You traded away all these pieces. You got rid of all these players. You didn't want to pay some of these players. And now you at the bottom of the league, about to be running on 2 years in a row. So, bro, winning is a choice. Jerry, you have money. And nobody's going to blame you for spending money, bro. You're the Dallas Cowboys. Same way in baseball. We don't blame the Dodgers for spending money. We know they got money. We just hate the Dodgers because y'all don't be winning with the money that y'all be spending. That's why we hate the Dodgers.
Man,
but
they better, bro. They gotta do it, bro. There's no way.
this is not a baseball podcast. I just want to let everybody know. But if I had to say, I don't think the Dodgers are winning the World Series this year anyway. That's just my prediction. But
we'll say that for another day.
We'll say that for another day. But like I said, Jerry Jones has his bread. Dallas is a huge attraction. Who wouldn't want to go play for the Cowboys? Honestly, if I was in the NFL, I want to go play for them. But I mean, I'm just for sure you right on. I would.
It's the hatred of my blood for them, man. I don't know.
For sure, I understand, but it's like where you gotta do what you gotta do, and now that you at the point where you got your quarterback, your wide receiver one back, you got your quarterback, his best friend back, which is Zeke. Zeke might not be that good, but it's for the chemistry. He a good veteran.
Absolutely.
You got two young corners, Trayvon, Bland. I mean, I'm pretty sure Trayvon got his money. Bland gonna need his money. Micah gonna need his money. You got your core, bro. Just build. I just don't know if Jerry Jones is willing to do it. That's why I'm half in, half out.
I can agree with that.
That's why. Now, for my last team buy or sell, I just kind of threw them on here just to see where your mind is, see if you're really paying attention to the squad.
Okay.
I'm going to say they won their first game barely. And the talk of the town didn't have a good performance. By now, you kind of probably picking up on who I'm putting down. Buyer selling the Chicago Bears.
You know what's crazy? I watched this game actually from start to finish. So, because I was very curious in how Caleb Williams would play in his first game. Man, the Bears are a weird team because if you watch that game, all their touchdowns came literally from a block punt, I believe. Yeah, it was a block punt, a pick six. I think it's some field goals here and there. There was no scored touchdowns from Caleb Williams. But I do think it was just first game jitters. He did overthrow some passes or whatever. So I will buy in and say they might win a bunch of games, but I wouldn't say like enough to maybe make the playoffs. I think it might be like a year or two thing for Caleb. I just don't think he's there yet. You know what I'm saying? His first game in the NFL, so we'll see.
How did you feel about his first game?
I actually think he made some pretty impressive throws though. Like I said, he did have a little bit inaccuracies here and there. He actually probably had a touchdown on 2 to 3 passes that were either overthrown or underthrown. Other than that, but I will applaud him though for not losing the game. I think rookies kind of go out.
That's what I want to hear.
They'll go out there, throw interceptions, throw like really bad fourth down passes, all these other things. I would say he didn't lose in the game, and I think I'm proud of that, and that's what I'll be happy with.
Yeah, our boy Tariq over there on YouTube said, "Turn me up." Shout out Tariq. Hoodie and the headband. Make sure y'all catch them on what days? What days? What days? Some days. Anyway, we got live shows every day on Multiplicity Media. You never miss it. Any content. But make sure y'all tap in for Hoodie and the headband, the best women's basketball pod that I know. Shout out to them guys, man. Shout out to you, Tariq. Hope you having a
Yes,
good
sir.
day.
Yes, sir.
Moving on, J man. We done with our fire sale. We have bought, we have sold, and now we are going to talk about the week one standout players that we saw across the league. Um, I'm just gonna go first. I'm gonna lay down a name that I feel like it might be surprising, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Sam Darnold. I mean,
Yeah, he was on
former
my list too.
Carolina Panther, former Carolina Panther, former IC Ghost with the Jets. Tariq also said they are recording on Tuesdays. I'm sorry, y'all. Every Tuesday, tap in with Hoodie and the Headband, my guys. But Sam Darnold, absolutely, absolutely shocking performance. They went out, got a win. We weren't sure how the team would shake up without JJ McCarthy. They got a lot of injuries. No TJ Hawkinson. Um, I'm impressed, man. He has some poise. I'm gonna, like I said, I said on this podcast last Friday. I'm a huge fan of Kevin O'Connell. I think he's gonna do great things in the National Football League, whether it's with the Vikings or wherever he decides to go after. I'm impressed with Sam Darnold. What did you think about the Vikings and what Sam Darnold had to put together on Sunday?
I was initially scared because even though it's the Giants, Sam Darnold has not necessarily impressed in the league, and he's been on some of the better rosters. Well, outside of the Panthers, he's been
For
on
sure.
some of the better. Hey, slick shots at the guy.
For sure.
But I think he came out in ball. I think if I'm not mistaken, I saw he went almost 14 for 15 in the first like half or something like that, which
For
is
sure.
like
I got his final stat line right here pulled up. Sam
um,
Darnold, ladies and gentlemen, if you did not know, went 19 for 24 passing, 208 yards, two touchdowns, one interception, and got sacked one time. His passer rating was 113.2. So he had a pretty good game.
very impressive. Like that's a statement game for Sam Darnold. Honestly, first game of the season, everyone's talking about JJ McCarthy. Rookie just got drafted. Da da da. All the talks around him. So you kind of come in to plug in the spot because if he gets hurt, you come out and ball your first game. Now all eyes are on you. And I will say, he's made me a lot more confident in the Vikings. I didn't think I was gonna be confident in them. You know, especially with the loss of Kirk Cousins. Not a big Kirk Cousins fan, but I still think it would have been better than the,
For sure.
rookie
Than the
Burrow.
current
But
current
yeah,
thing we're seeing. Yeah, no doubt. I think a lot of things, and what I really like about Kevin O'Connell again, this is a full glaze train, I guess, but he made it a lot easier on Sam Darnold than I noticed Adam Gates did, or rather than Matt Rule did. Is he ran the ball? I mean, he kept the defense honest
yeah.
and made the defense a little scrambled, a little hesitant on what they needed to do. I mean, obviously, when you coming into the game, you in the locker room probably like, bro, we got to play Sam Darnold. We finna get off on him. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the offensive line holding their block. Shout out to Aaron Jones really putting it on the Giants. Because the thing about the Giants is their defensive front is supposed to be outstanding.
They just
And
got
it,
Brian Burns.
yeah, and they didn't show up. So it's good for the Vikings to neutralize them. And I think they laid out a great game plan on what people should do to the Giants going forward. Run the ball, play action, keep them honest. And it also helps to have the number one, okay, 1A or 1B receiver in the National Football League on your side. So that's my standout player number one, J man. Who's your standout player of the week too?
I'm actually glad you put Sam on there. He was on my list as well. Let's actually throw it over to another former Panther. Another former Panther quarterback who just had, I believe, almost 4 touchdowns and I believe over 300 yards. Baker Mayfield down there in Tampa, man, balled out. I mean, he had a great game. Very. I think he's turned his career around so much that now we're almost expecting him to be a lot better. But man, what a dog out there! I'm proud of him. Him and Mike Evans. I don't know,
It's actually
man.
an underrated duo in the National Football League, huh?
Absolutely. Like,
Mike
yeah,
Evans going once again going for that 1,000 yard record. I hope Mike Evans gets it. Another record that's broken in our livelihoods, huh? But
it's crazy, man. It feels like it's every week now.
yeah, I think I always tell people like I feel like we're growing up in the greatest era of sports. Like we've got to see a lot of records broken. We've got to see a lot of amazing athletes. So I'm
Absolutely.
glad for Mike Evans. I'm glad for Baker Mayfield because Baker Mayfield got a lot of tarnish in Carolina when I mean, he didn't play the best here, but also the situations. So, I mean, I wish Baker Mayfield the best, even though if he in our division. Another standout player that I have, and we gonna talk about this guy right here, and it's on the defensive end. Shout out to my boy Emilio. He's a Patriots fan. I'm gonna say Christian Gonzalez. Christian Gonzalez
Yeah, I like that.
he had a smooth game. People, Christian Gonzalez got hurt last year. Before he got hurt, he was probably one of the better cornerbacks in the NFL. But he really showed what he could do this week against Jamar Chase. He held Jamar Chase to, I think, one catch against him, and he just looked great. And the Patriots even got a win that we didn't expect.
Yeah.
So it was very nice to see him come off an injury, get back to where he was, even with a new coach. And shout out Mayo, bro. Shout out, it's hard. It's hard. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, I think we have 15 starting black National Football League quarterbacks. And I mean, he is one of the rare coaches, one of the rare black head coaches, and he went out there and got to win his first appearance. So I'm proud of him. Yeah, I'm proud of him, man. We got to spread awareness of these things. I feel like modern day media really won't congratulate him for that, but that's a huge accomplishment. And hopefully this sets a precedent of hopefully more black males can get head coaching jobs in the NFL. I'm hoping. We'll see. But shout out to Christian Gonzalez. Had a great performance. That defense looked hefty. One thing we knew about the Patriots coming into the season is their defense was going to be good, but the offense was going to be bad. And they won this game. So shout out to Christian Gonzalez, man. I'm proud of that.
Yeah. I'm going to actually go to something that's been quite the talk of the town in fantasy football.
Talk to me.
Let's go to the very first game of the season, and that was the Ravens and the Chiefs. A lot of people had Mr. Mark Andrews as their fantasy tight end. But unfortunately for the guy that I'm about to mention, Isaiah Likely, he likely is about to take his spot for the season because he balled out. He was very good in his initial season, but I think a lot of people still was expecting him to be tight end 2 behind Mark Andrews. I think he took the spot, man. I don't know. I think he took the one spot from Mr. Mark Andrews. And sorry for that. I think Mark Andrews had 2.4 points, I think, week 1. So, yeah, sorry, fantasy managers out there, but, yeah, that's tough.
They likely had the greatest performance. I mean, he had the best performance of his career, undoubtedly. I hate it got ruined by the KD size 14 big boot.
Hey.
But I hate it for him, man. But you absolutely right. He had a crazy performance. Likely is one of those tight ends that could really. I mean, he could really make a scheme himself, bro. He's so fast. He's very physical. He can go up and grab it. I mean, there ain't much you can say about that dude. I mean, he came from Coastal.
Hey.
When have you ever heard anybody be great from Coastal? So he obviously, if you made it out of Coastal, you can make it in the NFL. So
anywhere.
I mean, they played about as good as a game as you can play against the Chiefs, man. So hopefully going forward, we see Likely work into that role, work into that workhorse tight end that we can see. But overall, if I'm the Ravens, I'm using them both. I mean, Mark is still a great decoy, great hands. I mean, he did slip and fall on that third down and had me kind of mad. But I mean, other than that, man, that's a good player. I stand by that. And my last player on my weekly standouts is I had to do it, man. I had to do it. Saquon, man.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Saquon, man. Yes. I knew Saquon was going to have a special season coming into the year. I predicted it. I think he might be the only player that I said 2K. I said I think he can hit 2K yards. But if he doesn't hit 2K yards, I can see a 1,500 in a hella touchdown season. But him staying healthy, bro, he could really will the Eagles to a Super Bowl. I mean, what can you do to stop that? What can you do?
You get 2K?
If they handed it off enough, I think he could get 2K yards because Saquon, people forget about Saquon's. What we saw in the Giants, right? Saquon used to get touched. Pause, no Diddy, whatever y'all want to say. Saquon had no room to breathe behind the line of scrimmage in New York. Now that it's a big difference as a running back. I was a running back in the day. Shout out me. It's a big difference between getting the ball handed off to you and seeing defenders making a move and going forward rather than seeing a hole first, being able to attack first, then make a move, then break to the second level. He's gonna have so many opportunities to get within that second level of a defense. He's gonna have a special season. He already showed us what he about to do. He
Absolutely.
already showed us, and they was in Brazil in terrible conditions, a terrible field. Now, think about what he about to come back to. He finna come back to Philly on natural grass, which will help his legs, obviously.
Yeah.
He finna torch the league, bro. It's finna be trouble.
He's definitely gonna. I would also say, well, I wouldn't say underrated part, but I think Christian McCaffrey probably leads this category, obviously. But I think that in terms of scrimmage yards, I think he's either going to be number one or number two in the league, either behind McCaffrey, because he's also a receiving threat out the backfield. As you saw, he did catch the backside fade touchdown. So I think he scrimmage yards he might have especially if he goes for 2K. I mean, he might set an all time record, Eagles record, NFL record. Who knows? I love that pick. I love that pick.
It's a good pick.
Um, Interesting. So my last player was actually on the Eagles, but since you did an Eagles player, I will go down to Texas and let me get Joe Mixon, man. I
For sure.
think I don't know how they keep doing it, but their running back room is like really good. Like really, really good.
Right.
Obviously, they have Damian Pierce. He did get injured a little bit last year, I believe. I don't know if he's still injured now, but Joe Mixon comes over, gives them 100, I believe, 50 yards, a touchdown, and just kind of helping them establish that run game as well. Because obviously, we know they can pass it. They have Stroud at quarterback, Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell. I mean, it's absolute studs. Probably the best wide receiver room in the league, maybe. Depends how you look at it. But yeah, their offense was amazing. And then him coming in and giving them the run game as well. That's a good balance. Balance wins you games.
Balance does win you games, and that's exactly what I was talking about with the Aaron Jones and Sam Darnold situation. You got to have a good balance. You got to keep those defenses honest because I feel like Miami was suffering that fate last night. Like the run game was working real well, but not well enough to get the Bills off balance in that secondary, and they made Tua's life hell. Speaking of Tua, you saw the transition right there, huh?
Yeah,
Speaking of Tua,
can we get a clap sound for that? That was good. That was good.
for sure, let me see if we can get it in. At the end of the day, it's just in my blood. You feel me? But Tua, man, prayers, thoughts, all kind of things going forward. I ain't even gonna come on here and troll and be like he should have slid, he should have did this, he should have did that. But bro, it's just absolutely scary what's going on with Tua. And I just wanted to pick your brain, J man, and see what you think. Like, should he retire? Do you think the Dolphins should even give him an opportunity to suit up, or give him an opportunity to think about suiting up? Well, what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts about
I
Tua?
would say if the league truly cares about their players, they need to make him retire. I know from a business standpoint, it sucks for the Dolphins because like when you paid him a crap ton of money and it's guaranteed, well, most of it. And also you're trying to win, like you're trying to win, and Tua gives you the best chance to win. So from a business perspective, no. But if you really do care about your quarterback and for his safety and his mind, his brain, this is his fourth concussion, I'm not mistaken. Um, he needs to go ahead and retire for the sake of his health. Um, for the sake
For
of his
sure.
health, and I just don't think it's okay. I don't think I don't want to see him happen because I saw him get hit and his body kind of like did the
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Just
that's that's scary. That's a scary situation in time, and like this is probably the third time I've seen Tua hit his head and go stiff
yeah,
and go limp. Like, bro, that's damn near going to the UFC, bro, and fighting with no experience. Like, I've seen it too many times, and I hate it because Tua is one of those quarterbacks that's. I mean, he went from having a concussion riddled year to leading the league in passing last year and looking great into now going back to the concussion protocol again. It's just not worth it, man. At the end of the day, it's not worth it.
and I think I know you just mentioned it, but people are talking like he should have slid. But if you don't remember, against the Bills, literally last time, it was on a sack. I believe they sacked
Right.
him. He got went down with a concussion. So it's not like the NFL is a very physical league. Things like this are going to happen. It's just that it's more scary now because we're not in that like CTE era of football. You know what I'm saying? So when you actually see things that can cause that type of stuff, it's scary. It really is, and
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
moving away from that. So you don't want to see that happen to anybody. That's
I
scary.
feel like a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people don't really remember, and this is what I'm so glad that we had this platform that we can say stuff like this because I feel like people really forget that these are human beings, bro. Like,
Absolutely.
yes, they make millions and millions and millions of dollars, and yes, the Dolphins might be your favorite football team, and yes, you want to see them be great. Same thing that just happened with Tariq Hill and the handcuffs, bro. They are still humans. They still go
Absolutely.
through the trials and tribulations that we go through, but they just make more money. You know what I'm saying? Money is just paper at the end of the day. So
Absolutely.
I think the Dolphins and the NFL should just give him a retirement package, pay him the rest of his guaranteed money, and probably throw a little bit on more on the top because he is keep trying to put his mind and body on the line and keep trying to come back. Force him into retirement. You you do things nice for him. Like I ain't saying you got to retire his jersey, but always leave him a commentary spot, leave him something that he can do with the team because a lot of people don't realize football is their life. Like
Yeah.
a lot of times when they retire, there's a what's next or what like who am I as a person. So you gotta gradually ease him into retirement. You give him his money, just don't be like, all right, Tua, here's your money, you're rich, do whatever you want. Keep him around the game of football. They agree. Shout
Yeah. I
out
was
Sandy and Brownie on the
gonna
pod. They agree. But you keep him around football and
say,
you give him his money and you retire. But hopefully the NFL and the Dolphins make the right decision. Anything you wanna
I
add to
definitely I
that?
love that take. I do think, like you said, like, kind of gradually get him back into like doing football activities, even if it's not like being the quarterback of infamous team, but have him in the building, man. Have him around. You don't like you said, you don't got to retire his jersey, but something like a memorial of like a trials and tribulations of a quarterback that really did stick it then through. Because a lot of people would have gave up after a couple of them, but he came
Right.
back, like you said, led the league in passing, had one of the best wide receivers in the league, looked dominant because of you. Like,
Right.
keep him around, man. I like it. I love it.
One thing I want to say before we do move on from Tua, people may forget, but our fan base went through this. The Panthers fan base went through this. Luke Kuechly had plenty of football left in him. He had a lot of concussions. He was battling a lot, and he retired early into his career. But we still see Luke Kuechly as we see him on media. We see him helping out the team. So I just hope the Dolphins do something kind of like the Panthers did with Kuechly. I don't even know if they gave Kuechly money on the back end when he retired. I don't know if they did or not, but I've seen Kuechly in person since he retired at the stadium myself, walking out of a game. He looks healthy. He looks well. I just want the same for Tua, man. That's
I
it.
do have, before we move on though, because I did see this, I want to ask you about it. Do you think Tua should have wore a Guardian cap?
To be honest, I think it's criminal that he. I think any player that has sustained 2 concussions since they've been in the National Football League should be required to wear a Guardian cap.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor wears a Guardian cap. Cool, it looks corny, but bro, if it can add years on the back end of your career, you do that. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Jonathan Taylor plays a more physical position, I would say, than quarterback. I mean, you're a running back. You're going through the tackles every play. Or if you're not going through tackles every play, you're catching it, you're getting hit. Running back, you're getting beat up. That's why they don't see past 30 a lot of times. But I
Absolutely.
feel like the NFL, if they really want to crack down on this like they say they do, in the off season before training camp, you get a list of every player that's had 2 because I don't care if they've been on the bench or not. They still practicing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Required to wear a Guardian cap. Or you just make everybody wear a Guardian cap. Forget the style. But if you invest in all this money in a new technology to prevent these concussions and CTE, use it.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's not even
Use it.
here right now.
And the crazy part about it is DeMar Hamlin didn't even do anything really. Tua literally kind of buried his head into his chest and he kind of just wrapped him and laid him down, and that's still the result we got. You mean to tell me we that minimal? It don't take much impact
Yeah, they don't.
on your brain to rattle it. Wear a Guardian cap. I'm kind of mad at the NFL right now because like everybody should be wearing them things, bro. Everybody. So I mean, but in due time, I guess in due time. But that's our little say on that. obviously here on Football Fridays, we just want to see Tua be the best, and
Absolutely.
prayers extended out to him. If you at home and you don't believe in prayers, just whatever higher power, just reach out to it and wish the best for Tua. You know, it's a family. Football is family. All right. Speaking of retirements, another transition for y'all. Speaking of retirements and players being away from their teams, let's talk about holdouts, J-Man. We've seen a lot of holdouts in the National Football League this year. Saw Ayuk hold out. We saw Trent Williams hold out. We saw Jamar Chase hold out. Who else did we see hold out this offseason? We saw a lot of players hold out this season, but we see it every season.
CD did for a little bit.
CD held out. That's the big one. I'm tripping.
Yeah, I think. Oh, Hassan as well. Hassan Reddick.
Hassan is the longest holdout that we still have right now in the NFL, which we don't know what's going on with that. But basically, my question to you, J-Man, is how do you feel about player holdouts, and do you feel like the league should try to get a better control on these, or do you feel like, are you with the players? You feel like you holding out till you get your money on? How do you feel?
I think holdouts are such a tricky thing because usually, at least history would tell you that holdouts for the players are never good. Like they don't really work out. Le'Veon is probably the biggest example. But when I look at these things, I always think of actually Eric Dickerson of all people, Hall of Fame running back from the Rams. He's held out twice in his career, one with the Rams and also with the Colts. Um, and each time it's cost him like games, which each time those games lose you money. And that kind of points you to Hassan Reddick right now, who is actually a
Terrible.
former Eagle, a great Eagle, by the way. I wish he was
Oh,
still.
oh. Former Panther, the first team to actually give him a shot at making defensive end money.
Okay,
Let's talk about it.
shout out to the Panthers for showing Hassan Reddick some love. But I think he's better on the Eagles.
For sure.
Anyway, Hassan obviously left the Eagles because he wanted a big bag. We can't give him the big bag, so he goes to the Jets, who I guess they made some type of handshake deal. I don't know if they spit on their hands and slapped each other's hands or something, because right now the Jets not trying to pay him because he hasn't played a snap for him, so he's holding out. And I believe I saw he's lost almost like $5 million in just fines alone, and then obviously he's losing $800,000 per game. That's just not a good holdout for me. Like that doesn't really make any sense because yes, they may have told you they're going to give you a deal, but you still have technically a year left. So, and you're 30. So the holdout is not going well, and I think if he kind of asks, oh, he takes a look at history again at like Le'Veon will tell you that holdout ruined his life. He was no longer a all-time athlete at the time. Like once he went to the Jets, his career pretty much derailed.
Right. Okay, so I got a question, quick question. Let you follow up with your statements. How do you view contracts? Do you view contracts of, because I feel like whenever we talk about holdouts, people have a huge misconception of like a contract. So
Yeah.
are you basing a contract off of what they've done, or are you basing a contract on what they're gonna do for your team?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like for example, because when you're playing a rookie contract, when a team sees that you're like the upper echelon, like Micah Parsons, for example, I think is a good one. You probably want to pay him now before the market kind of goes up because he's obviously going to be a Hall of Famer later in his career. So, um, you pay a Micah Parsons now, but like
Right.
in a Hassan Reddick case, you also got to think about age because we talk about what you've done because obviously he's been one of the better pass rushers in the league for years now, but he's also getting older. Like, so when is he going to regress? Because you don't want to pay a guy like a crap ton of money. I think if you look at Von Miller, I think Von Miller's a exceptional pass rusher, but obviously he's not Von of the past, right? Um, would you pay Vaughn? Well, they did pay him, but would you pay Vaughn like a crap load of money in his later end of his career? Because you're not paying for the same player you were paying for in his prime, right? Um, you can say Hassan's in his prime right now. I would probably agree with you, but how long would that last? So, I don't know. It's a
For
slippery.
sure. It's a tricky situation. Now, my current stance on holdouts are I love them from a player standpoint. If you're CD clearly deserved his money.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%.
I don't care who you got on your list. I'm probably better than them. So I need my money. I'm not asking for Justin Jefferson money, but I want to be in that same conversation as Justin Jefferson because year in and year out, I'm right there.
He had
So
18, right? 1,800.
he got a bag though. He got a fat bag.
Well, I mean, like 1,800, like receiving yards, right, or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. 1,800.
Yeah, that's
1,800.
come on, bro. Like,
I'm any corner you put across to me, I cooked them. I did that. I done that. You know what I'm saying? I elevated your QB1. You had another wide receiver one over here before me. He didn't elevate him like I elevated him. I want my money, Jerry. I want it now. That's how I feel.
bro. Absolutely.
Jamar Chase, I'm not feeling his holdout. Or I wasn't feeling his holdout because
Okay.
you had 3 years, brother. You got 3 years. You probably gonna get more money later if you keep doing what you're doing. So, bro, just chill. You
I
gonna
don't
get
know
your
about the whole like trying to get the money early thing. That's the one thing I don't really agree with players on the contract part. Is like if you still got like 2 years left, because I know Jonathan Taylor's going something like that. So like a year left, I understand, but like past that is like, come on, bro. Because
I understand in a sense because it's like, bro, like if I get hurt, I will never get my second contract. Like I get it. But bro, you're Jamar Chase. Like any team in the NFL pretty much will want you, bro. So like, you got time. I understand you want to get paid now, but you definitely have time. Trent Williams, I agree with Trent Williams. I know he had 3 years left on his deal, but Trent Williams is getting older.
Trent
And
Williams,
it's
Trent
like,
Williams.
yeah, Trent Williams is getting older, and bro, I'm the best left tackle in the league by far. So
Now linemen, I think, are different,
Right.
because very seldomly do you find like great talent at especially at left tackle of all
Left tackle, yeah, for
at
sure.
all of them. So the fact that like linemen, you need to pay your linemen, or you're going to feel the pain. So
Yeah.
I think Trent's. I believe in Trent's holdout. He needs his money.
Yeah.
You need to pay the guy.
We seen it last night with the Dolphins. Teron Armstead had a little shoulder problem. He had to get restrapped. He came out of the game for like a couple plays and let the backup left tackle gave up like 2 sacks in the span of those 3 plays. So
almost immediately. Yeah, that was crazy.
I don't know. I feel like holdouts they're gonna be here as long as the NFL is here, probably. But I just hope it's maybe constructed a little bit better because, I mean, I think I got a problem with the NFL and what they actually tell the fans and media. Like I get it, like with the CMC situation. I mean, he wasn't holding out obviously, but if that running back, if Mason knew he was playing on Friday, I get you trying to throw people off that you're playing. I get it. The strategy is my game, but bro, people got money. People got money on this. People are fans of this. People buying these jerseys and they come out there. People are spending their hard-earned money to go to these games and their favorite player not even playing. And y'all didn't even let everybody know.
Yeah, I think Mason slipped up. I don't think he was supposed to say anything, because apparently I don't think the report came out until a couple hours earlier, I believe, before the game started. So, yeah, that was not too great. Not too great.
Not too great. All right, man. I think this episode is going very smooth, but we not done yet, J-Man. We got done yet. We still got our week 2 predictions, and we can flash through them. So I'm just gonna have week 2 pulled up. I'm gonna name the games. You say the winner. I say the winner. A couple of these games, I'm gonna ask a standout player that you feel like may have a breakout game. And then I'm going to give you the floor, Jamin, after this, and I'm going to let you say your game of the week. We're going to call it the analytical again. Okay. We're going to give you the spotlight. I'm going to give you the game of the week. You tell me how you feeling about the game of the week. All right. First game. Who do you have, Browns or Jags?
Give me the Jags.
I would take the Jags as well. For sure, I'll take the Jags as well. Any standout players in that game, you think?
On the defensive side, give me Denzel Ward. I think if Ward can lock down that wide receiver 1 spot, he might make. I mean, because the Browns defense is always good, but
right.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna take the Jags as well because I don't think they should have lost to Miami in week 1. So I think this is their first. No, this is our second game at home.
Yes.
But give me the Jags. But I will say a standout player that I think I may believe in is if there's any time for Deshaun Watson to get back on rhythm, it'll be against the Jags.
Okay.
For sure. So we'll definitely see.
Okay.
Next game up, we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Chargers or Panthers? You say.
Do you want to say first? Because okay,
Give me the Chargers, bro.
yeah, let's just go ahead and give me the Chargers. I don't have any faith in them. I'm sorry, I don't have any faith in the Panthers right now.
I'm gonna say the Chargers, and it's actually funny enough. I didn't have the Chargers blasting us, but the loss of Derrick Brown for the year and seeing what J.K. Dobbins just did, J.K. Dobbins just torched the league. So J.K. and Gus probably gonna have a field day up the middle on that run game. So I'm just going to give me the Chargers. Steelers Broncos.
Give me the Steelers, man. I'll take the Steelers.
I'll take
TJ
the
Watt.
Steelers.
I mean, dude, the guy is unblockable, bro. Like, yeah,
He ruined my favorite quarterback's career, so shout out to him.
ouch.
Cornball. All right. Niners and Vikings. Give me the Niners, obviously.
Give me the Niners. They're just the best team right now. I think.
For sure. Buccaneers, Lions.
Who did I actually wrote this down? I think I took the. I think it's one of my upsets. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, I don't know where I wrote it at, but I think I did have the Bucks over. I think I had the Bucks winning.
Bucks winning?
I think the momentum. I think momentum. I'm a very big believer in momentum, like very very big, and I just think like it's gonna carry over. So I think Baker gets another one.
Okay.
Let you know.
Go ahead and give me the Lions again. Once again, last week I said they're going to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna stick to it. I think the Lions are gonna keep showing why they're one of the best teams in the league. They're at home. They're at Ford Field. Obviously, again, that's a tough place to play anytime. Jared Goff looked pretty straight. Jameson Williams looked pretty straight. Amon-Ra wasn't really in the game plan, so I expect Amon-Ra to go out there and do what he does this week and get back on track. Colts and Packers.
I hate that Jordan Love went down. I'm a big fan of Jordan Love. I think he's so good, but without him, I can't put my faith in the Packers, man. But Reed is a baller. I experienced that firsthand on Friday. But give me the Colts. I'll take the Colts.
Yeah, give me the Colts as well. Anthony Richardson looked actually pretty dang good. Despite all the stuff that he was facing in training camp, people crashing on him, saying he had running back, all that. He played pretty dang well. Give me the Colts. They're finding their rhythm. The Colts need this win because if the Jags get a win here, they'll be 1-1. Obviously, if the Texans win, they'll be 2-0. So that division, I think racking up wins in that division is going to be helpful rather than later. Wins now are going to help rather than later. We got a divisional matchup between the Giants and the Commanders. Who you got?
Bro, if I'm not mistaken, is that the game in Germany? No,
our game and the Giants are in Germany.
Okay. I was like, jeez.
I know, that's terrible.
Yeah, give me the Commanders though. Well, I don't know the Giants back. I have a weird feeling the Giants would beat the Commanders. But I don't know how much stock I want to put in that. I don't know. But you know what? I did have the Commanders over the Giants in my notes. I'll take the Giants. Give me the Giants. I'll take the Giants.
All right. I'm going to take the Commanders right here. I think they're just more built for success at the moment. But, I mean, that offensive line's still not sturdy. I can see the Giants getting after Jaden, but I'm going to take the Commanders. I'm going to just go out on a whim and take the Commanders. It's really a 50-50 coin toss. Next, we have the Jets and the Titans.
Give me the Jets. I think they're just the better team right now.
I'll take the Jets as well.
Will gave us an all-time meme over last week. Probably one of my favorite things I've ever watched on television, live TV.
The Rodgers mistakes into the camera cuts be having me crying, bro. Why they always zoom in on Rodgers when he do something wrong? Like he
just be doing anyway. Okay, I don't know. He be breaking the fourth wall, bro. He's our
Deadpool. He's our NFL Deadpool. Huh? I mean, he does break the fourth wall all the time, and then he goes on the Pat McAfee show on Tuesdays and be telling all. So he really is The NFL Deadpool. That's actually really funny that you said that. Next game, we got the Raiders and Ravens. I ain't gonna waste no time. Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm right with you.
All right, next game, Saints and Cowboys. It's actually gonna be a surprising game. Actually gonna be pretty fun.
I think
Give me the
that's one of my
Cowboys though,
upsets.
for
I
sure.
think that's one of my upsets. Give me the Saints, man. I don't know. Like I think, man, they surprised me, bro. I think they might slip, but I feel like the Cowboys are kind of the Eagles in the sense that they always kind of lose those random games they should always win. Give me the Saints, man. I think they get upset. I don't know. Give me the Saints.
Okay, feeling that, huh?
Yeah, that's my big one.
Seahawks and Patriots.
God, that game be miserable. Give me the Seahawks.
Need the Seahawks. I'll take the Seahawks as well. I think they offense is just more explosive. I think they'll just outscore them. Honestly, that's just how I'm feeling. Rams and Cardinals. No Puka. Remember, no Puka.
But they still got Cooper though, and Cooper is just one over one. I still don't. I didn't see the connection I wanted last week with Marvin and K1. I don't know. I don't know. I believe in Stafford a little more. Give me Stafford, man. Give me the Rams.
I can agree with that. I'll take the Rams. Similarly for the running game, I feel like Kyron Williams is going to dash. James Conner's really good, but I think it'll be closer than a lot of people think. Actually, the line right now is minus. They have the Cardinals as favorites, -1. Look like I'm about to be making some money on that game. I think I'm going to put some money on the Rams. Next, we got Bengals and Chiefs. Whew. Got the Bengals and Chiefs. Jman, talk to the people about that game. I'll be right back.
All right. The Bengals and the Chiefs are probably all. I mean, it's always going to be probably like prime time football. Let's be honest. Very back and forth, especially like I mentioned earlier with the records. The Bengals actually, well, Joe Burrow specifically, I believe has a higher win percentage against the Chiefs. But I don't know. The Chiefs look really good right now. Hollywood Brown is still in surgery, but Xavier Worthy came out week 1, balled out. I believe he had 2 touchdowns, one on the miscommunication on the defense, and obviously the end around. So I don't know. I still believe in the Chiefs. I think Mahomes is going to tip the scale back towards him being over Burrow in terms of win percentage. So give me the Chiefs, man.
I came back right on time because I ain't hear none of that you just said, but I'm going to give you definitely a big cheer. J-Man just held it down, everybody. J-Man just held it down. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs without any further ado because I seen that video of Burrow barely being able to hold the ball with his wrist. I don't know if his wrist is healed or not. I don't know what's going on, but if you're gonna lose and try to have a bounce back game against the 2-time defending champs, it ain't gonna work. So give me the Chiefs.
Okay.
Bears and Texans. Give me the Texans. Why is this Sunday Night Football? Why didn't they make the Chiefs and Bengals Sunday Night Football?
I don't know. When do the Chiefs play? Is that like afternoon time-ish?
Yeah, 4:25.
Ooh, yeah.
Why would they not make this a Sunday night game? Caleb Williams. The Caleb Williams effect is in. We see it.
Yeah.
We see it.
Let's see. Let's see. But give me the Texans, though. I still think the Bears got some stuff to work through. For sure.
Yeah,
which is
for
okay.
sure.
It's his rookie season. I'm not tripping about that.
Yeah, give me the Texans as well. And the Texans went from that young team to a contender, so I expect the contender to do contender things and finish it out. And lastly, we have the Falcons and Eagles.
Okay.
Give me the Eagles, but yeah, go ahead.
Give me the Eagles. Me and my pops. My pops is actually a Falcons fan, so hopefully that's a game I can watch with him because I troll a lot, so sometimes I can be a little unbearable when it comes to things like that. So maybe not, but give me the Eagles, man. I just think we're the better team right now. The Falcons came out a little more stale than I actually had them because their roster is really good, like getting better. So, I don't know, but
They need to play the Kirk Cousins strings. I seen Kirk Cousins in pistol. What are we doing? Raheem Morris, what are we doing? Let me say it one more time, J-Man. What are they doing?
What are we doing? I don't know
what they was doing, man. They got to figure that out. You have probably one of the most dynamic running backs in the league in your backfield.
Yeah.
Use them, please.
I don't think I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to come out as bad as he did week 1. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a little more scary for the Falcons.
Yeah, for sure. Where y'all at? Y'all are in. Yeah, they're in the link. They coming from Brazil to the link. It's gonna be loud in there. People are gonna be wanting the Eagles fans and Philly are gonna be wanting to see their team. So it's gonna be loud in there. But J-Man, we have 5 minutes remaining on the clock.
All right.
The analytical is up. What is your game of the week? Give us a couple of talking points and tell us what we should look out for your game of the week.
Just both lines. Chiefs. The obvious one is obviously the Chiefs and Bengals, but I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna go towards the Bucks and the Lions, man. I think that would be a really good game to watch if you don't know if your team's already played or if you actually have time to watch the game. It may not be the one that everyone has their eyes on, but I think it might be the most spectacular, probably. Like, I think if Baker comes out and solidifies the duo with him and Mike Evans and just like dissect the Lions defense, I think they can do it. Now on the Lions side, I think it really does. It could be very dangerous if Amon-Ra gets going because he can maybe roughly go for at least probably like a 150 if he felt like it. Like, he was really in tune with Jared Goff. 150 is not that hard. A couple touchdowns, easy win because Jameson Williams is coming. Williamson is his full name? Williamson.
Yeah.
Jameson, I think, is coming into his fold. I mean, the guy is electric. He's just really fast, like really fast. So if they get out to an early lead, I think it'd be kind of a shootout. That'd be an interesting one.
Be interesting. Okay. And earlier you said you have the Bucks upsetting, correct?
Yes, I did have the Bucks upsetting the Lions, though.
Okay. And that was the analytical by J-Man TV. Quick segment. And now for the moment of truth, y'all. We got parlays with P. And last week, I'm not gonna lie, I gotta look up. I feel like I still got it in my phone. I gotta look up last week's slip. I think y'all. I think we may be 1-0. I think I hit for y'all last week. Let me go back to our little handy dandy group chat. Wait. I'm so sorry. J-Man, we gotta get you some money.
Man, I'm working on it.
So last week, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't cash y'all out. I did cash out myself, though. Last week, we had Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Raheem Mostert, David Montgomery, Breece Hall for anytime touchdowns. Derrick Henry, David Montgomery, and Breece Hall did score. Raheem Mostert and Josh Jacobs didn't. But this week, instead of a 5-leg, I got a 7-leg for y'all. I said I got a 7-leg for y'all.
What?
First player, J-Man, I need my what's. This is what you looking out for this week. We're going to spin the block. We're going to go Derrick Henry for a touchdown.
What?
We're going to go Deebo Samuel for a touchdown.
What?
We're going to spin the block with no Jordan Love. They're going to need Josh Jacobs. We're going to take him for a touchdown.
Okay, what?
Then again, we're going to go one more time with Kyron Williams for a touchdown.
What?
Joe Mixon for a touchdown on Sunday Night Football.
What?
Pacheco, touchdown against the Bengals.
What?
And lastly, on J-Man's game of the week, we're going to take Jahmyr Gibbs for a touchdown.
Yes, sir. What?
So that is our 7-pick parlay. I'm going to read it to y'all one more time. Derrick Henry, Deebo Samuel, Josh Jacobs, Kyron Williams, Joe Mixon, Pacheco, Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm going to post this so y'all can see that. Y'all copy it. Y'all, hopefully we win some money on. Like I said last week, I hit on an anytime touchdown. It just wasn't the same. But this was Football Fridays with J-Man. I thought it was really smooth and groove.
Glad y'all was here, man. Really enjoyed y'all. Love talking football with my guy.
For sure.
Check out. We working on the TikToks and stuff like that, man. Go ahead and follow us on our Twitters, and we'll let you know when that comes.
For sure, yeah. Follow us on Twitter at Jman TV. Y'all see it. I didn't put the @ sign on mine. I was tweeting a little. We had some little problems earlier, but I'm at Codename Davis. Reach out to me anytime. Catch us on Sundays. Me and J-Man both are actively tweeting during games. Even sometimes on Saturdays, Shout out to the Weekenders. I know they cover college football, but sometimes we even tweet about college football. So
I tweet all
catch
the
us
time.
there. If you want to chop it up about some parlays, you can always DM me. Once again, you can always chop it up on the TL. And that's the episode, man. Like that's what we did. Chill, y'all. It's been a hell of an episode. We will catch y'all on the next one. Thank y'all.